Hello, folks. So I'm down here now during this blazing week. Just got down here Thursday. It's gonna be hot today, but then it's gonna cool off tomorrow. Job this weekend or this end of the week is to remove this floor here. The underneath these mattresses is where a new footer needs to go. Kind of underneath that point right there. The footer only needs to be about 3 feet square, but that means maybe 1.5 feet or less are coming into this, beyond this wall right here in this direction. So anyway, we're going to try and make some progress here. It's been going kind of slow. I've been making progress on the master bath. It's probably a couple weeks away from being done as far as anything we're not waiting on, like the glass doors or the countertop. So anyway, that's getting there. This summer is blazing, so I'm not able to spend quite as much time down here just because it's so freaking hot. Anyway, see you. All right, folks, so we got the floor stripped here, and lo and behold, regular plywood. This tells me that this was done in 95, and so I cut a hole here as an inspection to see what the deal is. This is insulation installed in 2021, I believe. 2021, yeah. And so if we open this guy up here, let's see here. Excuse me while I lift it up. All right. So there's no liquid nails holding it down, which in my opinion, for my purposes right now, is good because I can rip up the plywood easily and insulate more completely. You see insulation hanging down. Of course, there is standing water on the plastic. The bottom of the insulation is soaking. Why anything is up in the joists, I don't know, because it's full of water. But I'm going to stick the camera down here so you can see this is looking toward the street. Left is pointing east. So that's looking downriver. And this is looking toward the river. Back downriver and toward the street. Yep. So this is a very, very deep crawl space compared to the other parts of the house. So The foundation here is 2 cinder blocks, 3 cinder blocks tall. I'm thinking there's a concrete footer under there, but this is the block here, I believe, where the post is going to rest on. All these 2x8s look healthy. Despite all the water in the on the plastic, the wood seems to be in good shape. Anyway, that's where we're at. All right, folks, this is what's under the floor. So you can see all this insulation here is just dripping because I just pulled it out of the water. This insulation here, you know, I can use it if I'll just put it outside to dry in the sun. There's no mold or anything in it. It seems perfectly fine. This would be sitting on top of some insulation board under the joists, so it'd be just sitting in the bay, and you know, so there'd be, I don't know, R4 to R6, and then this is supposed to be R19, so I think I can just reuse it after it dries out completely, and I'll store it inside after it's dry this weekend. But as you can see, that's all standing water. So the plan, the footer, here, let me give you some perspective here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That right there is the cinder block for the wall going that way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's over 4 feet. And if we come out here, that's around that post here going up. So that's where the post needs to go for the beam. There's about a 36-inch square pad that needs to encompass that area. But of course that is already concrete under there. So I just have to pour a little bit of a pad under here. And then a rectangular pad here to make up the 36 inches wide. So the plan for this weekend is to dig a hole for a notched drain pipe to go way down, you know, 3 feet, maybe 3 or 4 feet. And I have a transfer pump, self-priming transfer pump that'll suck water out of that hole and run it through a garden hose out to the yard to dispose of the static water that's just in the ground, because we've just had a ton of rain this spring and fall or summer. So that's why this is all soaked. It's just all the rain. There's just no drainage around this house to facilitate taking the water away. So putting a mini sump pump here will hopefully give me the room to be able to dig a hole here, probably on the order of 1.5 feet deep, and keep it dry until I have an inspection and I can pour. So that's the plan. Long-term plan, of course, is to put a sump pump outside at this corner with a drainage, French drain going this way, and then when we redo the deck, a French drain going along the rear of the house and along the other side of the house. So that's the long-term plan. Short-term plan, mini sump pump here just to try and evacuate water from here. I'll just see if it works. I don't know if it'll work or not. We'll try it out. All right, folks, we have an automatic pump system. I went to Tractor Supply and looked at their float valves. They only had really short distance float valves like that mounts to the side of a submersible pump. And it was 60 bucks. And I'm like, screw that. So I spent $2 on a regular flip switch for the wall and rigged up a float system such that I've got a aluminum can at the bottom filled with partly with great stuff. And then I've got a little lever here inside this little box that pushes on the switch when the level gets too high. And then as it falls, at the bottom I've got 3 washers there. It's just enough weight to gravitationally oppose the force required to flip the switch back. So it seems to be working pretty well. And we'll go with that. So we'll see how next time I come down, how this keeps the level down and if all this mud starts to dry out, because it is nasty walking around in there. And then next time I'll start digging the hole.